I don't think you all understand. I'm obsessed with making tofu in totally different ways that make me appreciate it more. Welcome to the Comfort Food Haven, or welcome back. We like to make hearty meals that warm the soul on this channel. For this recipe, you're going to need a block of tofu, drained and cubed. You'll also need some spices, of course. And you'll want to get yourself a jar of jerk sauce, the actual authentic jerk sauce. However, if you only have the ability to get yourself on like a jerk sauce blend or a marinade at like McCormick, they make them. You can get it in like the salad dressing aisle. That's perfectly fine. Dice a green onion and a couple of sweet baby peppers. Don't forget to save your onion bottoms to regrow them from scraps and a little bit of water that you can replace every day on your counter. You can already see mine is growing back. We're going to go ahead and open up our package of tofu. I have extra firm tofu, the earth grown brand from Aldi. It's organic. After you open it, pour out the water that you see immediately encasing your tofu. Then you're going to take it over to your counter, get a cutting board, slice it into approximately 1 inch slices, and then we're going to put it on a paper towel, add another paper towel on top, and then a plate, and start pressing out any excess water that's inside of the tofu. You can even add some heavy cans on top of that plate to aid in the process of pressing out the water. A lot of plant-based cooks and chefs are lately skipping this step. You don't have to do the squeeze out excess water, but I'm a creature of habit and I like to do it. So next up, we're going to put the tofu back onto a plate and we're going to start our seasoning process. But first, slice your tofu into smaller like strips. Think about the approximate size you would like your jerk tofu to be. So if you want them to be like chicken nugget size, chicken strip size, it's really just up to you how you would like it to be cut. Next up, it's time to season your tofu. I'm using steak seasoning. You can use whatever you prefer. I'm also going to add just a little bit of ginger as well as some onion powder and some garlic powder. I'm going in with a little bit of liquid aminos. You can use soy sauce if you don't have liquid aminos on hand. You can pick up liquid aminos at like a health food store, Whole Foods, that type of thing. If you go in with Worcestershire sauce, just a couple of drops. If you're keeping it vegan, get the vegan Worcestershire sauce, again, Whole Foods. I added some liquid smoke as well, some brown sugar to this marinade, and I'm turning it and coating it on all sides. Next up, I'm going to add a little bit of flour in between my fingers to kind of casually coat this tofu for frying. And I'm also going to add some cornstarch because that is the key when you are frying up tofu and you want it nice and light and crispy. Cornstarch is going to be clutch in this situation. Next up on our marinade, there are two types of wildwood jerk sauce. You can get the mild, you can get the hot and spicy. As you can plainly tell, the mild is all out in my house, so we're using hot and spicy. And to kind of mellow it out a little bit, I added some water and some barbecue sauce and another bit of brown sugar to make a nice thick coating for our fried jerk tofu. Next up, get your skillet ready, heat it up, add some oil, not a lot, just enough to coat the bottom of your pan really. And we're going to constantly turn and monitor this tofu, cook it on all sides. It does not take a lot of time. Pretty much, I didn't do too much editing of this session. You can kind of see when I'm recording as I'm turning the pan, turning the tofu, and keeping my eye on it so it doesn't burn out all that flour. And after you make this, you're going to want to just eat it as is. I kept snapping off of this tofu just like this, reminding me of a really good chicken nugget. In fact, if you wanted to just stop right here and just make chicken nuggets instead, veganless chicken, with some honey mustard sauce or whatever. You could. You can even buy some Szechuan's marinade sauce. You can get some oyster sauce. You can get yourself some sweet and sour and make a Chinese food dish. The possibilities are totally endless when it comes to cooking with tofu, and it's so inexpensive with the prices of everything going up at the grocery store. You're going to want to start cooking more with tofu. A block of tofu at Aldi only costs around $2.99. Just saying. I've placed my cooked tofu on a paper towel to drain, and then I'm going to add it to a clean skillet. And now we're going to coat it with that jerk sauce that we made earlier. Then we're going to coat it with a little bit of the green onions and the sweet bell peppers and let it just marinate for about a couple of minutes or so. You don't want it to simmer too long because you don't want the tofu to go soggy, honestly. I like that the texture was still very much biteable to the teeth. It just came out just impeccably amazing. My meat eating sons and my spouse went bananas over this. They loved it. My one son is a vegetarian, so of course he was here for it because we're trying to get more creative in how we prepare our meals and focusing on protein. I serve this up with some brown rice. You can look on my channel for how to make perfectly cooked brown rice. We steamed up some vegetables on the side, plated it up, and baby, bone apple to the tea. I also served it with some slow simmered black beans as well. So we're on a journey to 1,000 subscribers on our channel. Every view and like and comment and engagement helps us out. We very much appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.